Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Mass. Here we have Legacy streamer Tony Scapone on camera versus Ben Riley on Cephalid Breakfast, a list that I've been playing quite a bit. Came in wanting to borrow a deck to play some Legacy, and I shipped it to him. We've got a Aether Vial, Spell Pierce, Daze. It is gonna stick and cause some serious problems for Blue-Red Delver. It's gonna make all of his combo pieces uncounterable moving forward. Young Pyromancer. And now a Ponder. Vial at 1. We could see the game end on the very next turn here. Cephalid Breakfast, extremely explosive, but also has the Stoneforge package of Batterskull and Shuko. Shuko enabling the combo. Batterskull, the 4/4 lifelinker, gives significant problems to Delver-style strategies. Got 2 damage coming in from Young Pyromancer, and now a Ponder spawning another token. Interesting. Could have seen an ambush here from the Aether Vial. Makes me think it's very likely Tony has a Lightning Bolt in hand, would want to have that instant speed removal in case a 1 casting cost creature jumped in front of Pyromancer. Another Ponder. And Tony now tapped out. A dangerous spot. Looks like there was actually a Lightning Bolt at the front of his hand. An extra land. It's turn 3, so we've got a Narcomoeba being flashed in with this Aether Vial. And there it is, Lightning Bolt preserving the Young Pyromancer. And now Brazen Borrower going on an adventure for some petty theft, getting that Aether Vial out of there. And Ben facing down a pretty significant board presence here. 6 damage on board already. And wow, okay, this is dangerous territory. So Limdul's Vault is resolving here. This is super dangerous. Tony is tapped out. If Ben has a Daze in hand, this could be over. To protect him from a counterspell, Tony might need multiple counterspells. Let's see what he's got. We see the Stoneforge. That can get Shuko. He definitely needs 2 mana for the Cephalid Illusionist. And we see here a Brainstorm being put on top that would brainstorm into the Illusionist plus a Daze for protection. Though with only 2 mana on board, he won't actually get the kill here. So Tony might not be in as bad a shape as he often would be when Limdul's Vault resolves. Yeah, this is not too bad for Tony. Starting with the Brainstorm. And he's actually going to force that, halting things in its tracks. That'll put 7 damage on board. If he has another bolt, that's going to do it. Stoneforge resolving. And grabbing Batterskull, interesting. I would have imagined Shuko would be the play there. He'll have... Oh, he's shuffling, though. Oh, no. Oh, that's no good. That is no good. Batterskull not going to keep him alive here. Shuffling means that Cephalid Illusionist is gone, and things have come unraveled here. Aether Vial. And just swinging for lethal here. Lightning Bolt going on top and then brainstorming into it. Dead multiple different ways here. So game one going to Blue-Red Delver. What is likely a very difficult matchup. Cephalid Breakfast plays as a Stoneforge deck using Batterskull to grind out certain decks. It plays as a combo deck where you're able to potentially as early as turn 2 mill yourself out and then win the game with Thassa's Oracle. And Blue-Red Delver has a lot of cards to interact. Your counter spells are potentially good. Your removal is potentially good. Cards like Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning. Now, Breakfast does have some defenses to get through for the removal. Mother of Runes can really make a mess of things. For the counter spells, you do have Aether Vial and Cavern of Souls, also Grand Abolisher out of the sideboard. So there's definitely a back and forth to the battle to disrupt Cephalid Breakfast. It doesn't just roll over by any stretch. And then, of course, if things go totally sideways, there are times where you just end up beating down with a collection of creatures. Narcomoebas holding equipment. A Narcomoeba with the Shuko actually trades with Delver of Secrets. Delver, perhaps the best creature in the format. Be interested to see that stat. Alright. Using OBS's pause feature there to cut out some of the shuffling. Ben, of course, new to this deck. And leading out with a turn 1 Shuko off of Tundra. That gets wastelanded. He draws another Tundra, and I gotta say, this deck pretty much wants to fetch the basics early. It looks like this might have been a turn 2 win if he has the Cephalid in hand. Aether Vial coming down. That is a difficult card to contend with. Now, post-board, Tony may have access to cards like a Braid that could get rid of it, but it's a very small window. He actually lets it resolve. And tapping out for a young Pyromancer. Double fetch. Grabbing a Tundra and an Underground Sea. Ben doesn't play as much Legacy as other formats. We've got a Cephalid Illusionist being thrown out there. Force of Will, pitch Brainstorm, force back. And it looks like he's gonna get to go for a ride here. We've already got the Dread Return into the bin along with the Cabal Therapy. As soon as he hits a Narcomoeba, it's going to be time to pause and flash back this therapy, getting rid of any potential surgical extraction shenanigans. Oh, no, we're just going to keep going. Hopefully Tony doesn't have some type of graveyard answer. The Cabal therapies do give you the ability to not move all in on your combo. And, I mean, realistically, he's all in at this point. He could keep a few extra cards in the library, but not much use in that. He's going to target himself one more time. Nope. I mean, no particular reason not to. Oh, there we go. And Dread returned Thassa's Oracle, and just like that, game 2 going to Cephalid Breakfast. Never gets old. Never gets old. So, Tony here on the play is going to have to make a decision about when to commit to the board, and that's one of the difficult spots Breakfast puts you in. Once you tap out for a card like Young Pyromancer, if you had cards like Spell Pierce or Force of Will, Spell Pierce or Flusterstorm, like those go offline, the difficult part about that is many of those low mana counters actually don't hit your key combo piece, which is the Cephalid Illusionist. Spell Pierce, Flusterstorm, those are going to have to be saved for the Dread return, which happens after they've milled, which means that Cabal Therapy will often be able to strip them from your hand. So it is a difficult thing to play against. I think Red Blast probably one of the best options here. But again, if you've got Nomad in core and they Violet in, at that point, or even Cavern of Souls, you're not going to be able to prevent it from entering the battlefield. And once it's there, everything's going into the graveyard, and it's going to be time to fight over a Dread return. So Cephalid Breakfast does put the opposing player in a little bit of a difficult spot. You really have to be concerned about what the deck is going to be doing and gauging just the potential speed that you may have to contend with. If you bring in a ton of graveyard hate, there's a lot of different ways that can go. Of course, just losing to Batterskull, probably the most common answer to too much graveyard hate. If there's just a little bit of graveyard hate, often their hand will be solid, and you may have to try something like casting Thassa's Oracle once you've got the combo online. Mother of Runes, an answer to Delver of Secrets, and we've got a Daze on this, and a Daze back. What a firefight here, starting out. A couple of 1-drops, both of which can define, that can really play perfectly with the deck strategies. Blue-Red Delver looking to be aggressive, set a clock, remain in control until the game ends in just a few short turns. So Delver of Secrets, of course, the perfect opening for that deck. Here on Cephalid Breakfast, taking a more defensive tone here with Mother of Runes, going to potentially blank these Lightning Bolts and Chain Lightnings, other red removal spells that Tony may have. The very idea of staying in control. Going to get challenged by this Mother of Runes. 3 more damage, and Ben's life total largely not going to matter. Now, it doesn't look like he's got the Cephalid. Oh, he draws it off the top like a savage. This could be it. What has he got? Spell Pierce? So he has the combo with Force backup. You're playing Cephalid Breakfast, you pretty much want to be YOLOing it. Got an AK for 1. They have to commit a Force of Will for the most part to stop the Cephalid. From there, they do have cards like Spell Pierce that can stop your Force of Will back. Oh, there's an Aether Vial. All right. I mean, maybe Ben's making the right call here, playing a little more conservatively than I would. Aether Vial will make his combo uncounterable. AK for 2. Starting to feel a little dicey there. Card advantage going toward Tony. Nomad and Core chipping in again. And now a Brainstorm. Brazen Borrower. A tremendous printing from Throne of Eldraine, giving an answer to things like Aether Vial. And it is essentially an answer. I mean, I know it just returns it to their hand, so they will be able to recast it, but Aether Vial needs time. You need a couple of turns to get back up to 2 counters, and when you're getting hit for 3 a turn, I mean, here, Ben down to just 7. He could be dead next turn with a couple of burn spells, so... He may not have time. Another Force of Will. So he could play the Cephalid, Force, and Spell Pierce backup, it looks like. Oh, he's thinking about this fetch land that could turn on a couple of lightning bolts. He's jamming the Cephalid. This could be it. This could be it. Tony thinking this through. Lightning bolts. Ben down to 4. Got a Daze on the Cephalid. That fetch land is not going to be able to pay the mana. Now we've got a Lightning Bolt. Force. Is he going to be stuck with a Spell Pierce in hand? Oh, good. It's going to resolve. Showing some bias here. Rooting for breakfast. Tony's a great guy, but I am a fan of this Cephalid breakfast list. He's able to pay the 1 for Daze. And we see a Cabal Therapy. Now's the time to... Surgical would have been... Actually, Surgical wouldn't really matter there. He's got enough bodies that he could still Dread Return Thassa's Oracle. So we've got a Cabal Therapy targeting Tony. And it doesn't look like any more interaction, so that's going to do it. Ben looking to do a shortcut here. Got the Narcomoebas coming in. Dread Return for Thassa's Oracle. And there it is. Another victory here for Cephalid Breakfast. Doesn't seem to be on anybody's radar. Maybe I'm biased. I think the deck is hot sauce. Let me know what you think in the comments. That is all for this one. But don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.